Hey guys, how are you? This is Bryan Perez. I am a realtor in South and North Carolina with Carolina Homes Connection, and I used to be a loan officer. I was a loan officer for 9 years from 2002 to 2010, and I want to share with you today three ways. One of my best customers, she is a loan officer, and how she's using send out cards to grow her loan officer business. And make sure you stay till the end, because I'm going to go ahead and add one tip, and this is what I used to do, what I did my first year as a loan officer, and I committed to doing this every single week. And by doing this, I was able, over a year's time, to recruit one agent, one realtor, who would send me an average of 5 transactions every single month. It took me a year, but was it worth it? Absolutely. Okay, so here's one of the ways that she uses send out cards effectively. Okay, so you obviously, as a loan officer, have a relationship with the buyer's agent, right? So when you get a contract in, you're going to contact the listing agent and introduce yourself as the loan officer in the transaction, right? Well, what happens? Most of the times, LOs will contact the listing agent, and they'll wait till the transaction closes, and then they ask for the appointment to try and get their business. But by that time, the listing agent got their commission and they're out. They're on to the next deal. They don't know who you are. But let me tell you what she does. What she does is, when she makes that phone call, she will send them a nice to meet you card with a couple brownies, right? With a couple brownies. And she'll get the appointment before the transaction closes and starts building that relationship to be able to get their business. That's number one. Number two, broker opens, realtor broker opens. So a couple weeks ago, I was in California and I had a broker open, right? I wasn't there, but my team went ahead and hosted it for me. So this loan officer went to the broker open and she took pictures of the food, of the agents, and guess what she did? She's smart. I just got to the office and look at what's sitting here. I'm not going to open it because it's not for me. It's for another agent in the office. But what it is, it's a card. It's a nice to meet you card with pictures of the broker open, the realtor broker open. If you don't know what a realtor broker open is that's when a realtor, they host an event for realtors only to preview the home, right? To let them know that this beautiful home is on the market, right? And it also lets the seller know that as a listing agent, you're working for them, right? So she literally did that. She sent every agent there. She got their card and sent brownies in a card to their office. Now, let me ask you this. When she follows up with that agent, with that realtor, what do you think the response is going to be? You guys, it's the beginning of a relationship. Are you starting to get this? It's all about relationships, right? Number 3, closings. At every single one of her closings, she will send a card, right? And let me just go ahead, and I have this card here, and she will send a card like the one that she sent me, just like this. She'll take a picture of everyone at the closing table, the buyers and the agent. And if the other agent is there too, she'll take a picture of them, depending if they're signing together or not. And she'll send them a card with brownies. And she'll send it to their office where other agents can see it. But the funny thing about it is, a week later, after I went to these buyers' home, because I needed to make sure that some repairs were done, they had this card sitting right on their fireplace. I guarantee you that card is probably still sitting there. Are you starting to see this? It's all about relationships, right? And here's my tip. Now, that was 3 that I gave you, but here's my tip. And here's what I did when I was a new loan officer, and my mentor told me to do this. He would say, Bryan, at the time when I got involved, the refi business was big. Everybody was doing refis, but he said, Bryan, focus on purchase money. Focus on going after agents, because that will feed you long term. And I trusted him because he did very well and he's a good friend of mine. And I did that. So for a year straight, I hit open houses. I go to open houses, I shake agents' hands, and I would tell them, hey, listen, you know what? I just wanted to stop by and introduce myself. I am with so-and-so company. Never promote your company, guys. Always promote yourself. Never promote your company. Always promote yourself, because you never know how long you're going to be with that company. People do business with you, not with your company, right? You want to be the loan officer where when you move companies, your realtors don't even know that you went to another company, because you're branding you, right? So when I would go visit a realtor at an open house, I would just shake their hand and say, hey, listen, I just want to come by and meet you. I know you probably already have a relationship with another loan officer, and I would seed them. Listen to me. I would seed them. And I would say, hey, you know what? I don't want to be your preferred lender. I want to be your backup lender. I want to be the lender you call when your lender does not pick up his or her phone. And I would seed them with that, right? But here's what I would do differently now that I have this system called Send Out Cards, is I would go ahead and take a picture of the open house, of the home that they're having an open house, and I would send them a nice to meet you card with the picture of the house and my brand on the back. My loan officer brand. This is my realtor brand, but my loan officer brand on the back. And then I would follow up for coffee. You guys, and I would do that. My first year as a loan officer, I would hit up open houses, and as I have a rapport with somebody, I would send them cards with pictures of the home, with a couple brownies to their office where other realtors can see it. Because what I realized as a realtor, right, unless somebody is full-time and they're 100% active, then they spend most of their time in the office. But most realtors are not full-time, and they do not spend most of their time in the office. So when they get a card, like this one, when they just get a card, it'll go into their mail, right? And nobody calls them up. But when they get a package, it's different. The receptionist is going to call them up and say, hey, Bryan, you got a package here waiting for you. And everyone gets excited about receiving a package. You don't believe me? Send yourself something through Amazon Prime and have one of your kids open it up and see how excited they get. That's how excited realtors get when they get a package. So with that, you guys, I hope this information was valuable. And I just wanted to go ahead and share this with you, because I get calls all the time from people who are loan officers. They're like, hey, you know what, Bryan, how would you recommend building my business? What more can I do? And you guys, I just gave it to you. And if you do these things, I guarantee you, you will be successful if you're just consistent with it. See ya. Bye.